Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Tiana, and if you're returning, it is so nice to see you again. Today I'm going to be updating you on my Pan That palette for the month of April. We're going to talk about how I did in April, and then we're going to kind of talk about what I think is going to happen for the month of May. If you enjoy panning content, makeup content, and things like that, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when I upload next. I like to try and upload once or twice a week. I have lots of very fun videos coming up very soon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And let's get into my Pan That palette for April. So let's start off with the most exciting one, but the whole reason why this project started, and it is for the e.l.f. Earth and Ocean palette. So my main goal is to finish this shade up here, then I can clean it and then declutter it to one of my sisters. Reason being is this has been in my collection now for years, probably 7 years, and I have tried to play around with many of these shades, and while they are absolutely beautiful, if I were to take away the blues because I hardly use them, it just leaves me with a lot of green and golds. I don't personally like golds on myself, so the golds I don't use. The greens are just okay, but I have been focusing on this brown shade for quite some time now, and since then I don't really reach for any other shades in this palette. I tried using this black as like an eyeliner, and while it was beautiful, towards the end of the day it would kind of start smudging around my eyes, so I stopped doing that. And a couple of times I did try to reach into the brown shades that had like sparkle, but they just weren't as pretty as like my ColourPop or other shades that I have. So this one here is a shade that I felt like I could use and finish, and if I were to use and finish this one, I can clean it and declutter it and feel okay with it, and then move on to my next palette. So I ended up using this shade 9 times throughout the month of April. I have like less than half left. So much usage on it. I'm really hoping throughout the month of May that I can make really good progress so that in June we can be really close to finishing it or even finish it. So this one is going to stay in the project until it is done, and I'm still working on my Going Coconuts palette. Once this one is rolled out, then this will be my focus palette. I have had this one longer than I have had my e.l.f. Earth and Ocean. I think I've had this one for like 9 years, maybe 8 years. This is how it's looking. I tried to use the shade as a body glow. This is my daily eyeshadow shade that I use with the e.l.f. palette. It's got a big dip in there. I use that one as well. So I have used this palette a total of 11 times. I do want to start kind of being a little more specific with the shades that I do grab and how many times I do wear them. I think I'm going to be a little bit more specific once I am done focusing on my e.l.f. palette. So this one here is kind of like my supplementary palette, so I go in with my darker shade and then I will finish the look off with something from here. And sometimes I just like to use this palette instead because I do like the coloring of it. So I've used this one 11 times. I feel like that is really, really good. I feel like I'm getting good progress in it. My main goal originally when I first started and introduced this project was to complete one shade, not this one, but like one shade, and then hit pan on 2. But I do think because of how old this palette is, I'm going to kind of put that to the back burner for now, and then come like December, January, make my decision there. Because when I took this palette traveling with me, I could start to tell that the formula is changing and it is aging. This shade right here is a very, very, very dry. This formula is changing here. Depending how the formula is towards the end of the year, that's kind of how I'm going to decide what I want to do with it. So anyway, this is the palette that is also in my Pan That palette. The main goal obviously for this is to use it as much as I can to hit as many pans or to even finish eyeshadow in here. And then once the e.l.f. palette is complete, this is going to be the main one, and then I'm going to bring in another one so we can kind of have two palettes that I am kind of focusing on to use up or to hit pan on so I can roll them out of my collection. So this one is staying and this one is staying, and I know that is a very short update, but that's kind of all I've got right now. I feel like April was a month where I had good usage, but it's setting me up for success in May and June. So hopefully May and June we have a little bit better of updates. Although I don't want to say this one was no good, because I feel like 11 uses in this was very good. And I feel like the progress in this was really good. So it was just a really good month. Hopefully I can continue on and, you know, do very well for next month. Let me know in the comments down below how you are doing with your project, and let me know how long you think it's going to take me to finish the shade from the e.l.f. palette, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.